Hello everybody, welcome back to the Backlogs channel. I don't want to talk about this, man. I don't want to talk about this subject. Okay, so the Switch 1 Direct just happened. If you haven't seen my few other videos that I've already made, I talked about the overview of the Switch 1 Direct, just in general, a very basic overview of everything that was important at least. Then I talked about Metroid Prime 4 finally getting a full trailer. Then I talked about Tomodachi Life, the new one that just got released or revealed, sorry. And you know what that means. The only other important thing that happened in this trailer, the digital cards, game card situation that everyone is confused about already, and it just got revealed. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, in the newest Switch 1 Direct, the final one, they revealed that there is going to be digital. Okay, so they're changing digital games, and they're adding and implementing a new thing where basically, it is so hard to describe what this is. They're treating digital games like physical games that you can't physically touch. So, they're making digital game cards that work exactly like physical game cards, where you put in a game card into a system, right? And you take it out, and once that game card isn't in your system anymore, your game cartridge, then you can't play the game. And if you give this physical game cartridge to someone else, they plug it into their Switch, they can play that game on their Switch, but you can't because it's not plugged into yours. They are implementing basically the exact same thing that they had before, where you could share your digital games between consoles, except they've changed one key detail. Originally, they had a little system called the primary Switch system kind of model, where the first Switch system that you logged your Nintendo Switch account into is your primary Switch, and anything that you log your same account into, Switch related. So if you have a second Switch and you put in the same account into that one, that is not your primary Switch, that is your secondary Switch. Now you can download the same games across both systems, but you can only do so on the internet, and you can only play these games on your secondary Switch on the internet. What they've done for this new system is they've made it to where you can download, basically you get sent basically the license to play the same game that you have downloaded on your primary Switch, and once it is downloaded for the first time over the internet, then you can play it off the internet for as long as you want, and then you just have to send that license back to your primary Switch anytime you want to play that same game on your main Switch. Now, another part of this, for this system to work, is they are making it to where you have to eject and insert these digital game cards as if they were physical game cards, so that way the system doesn't get confused. So what it looks like is you could just, if you want to keep the digital games exactly how you've always had them, there will be an extra folder down in the little bubbles on the bottom of the Switch home screen. You go into there and you just insert all the games by game cart, and it will show up just how it always did, just as digital games that you can click on at any moment. But if you want to switch, if you want to send this game for someone else to try for free, they are implementing a new system where This is where it gets a little fuzzy in my mind. I don't really understand it, but in some sort of fashion, you can send it to a friend, and you still own it, but you don't have the rights to play it on your system, and they have up to 2 weeks off the internet or on the internet to play the game for free. And then once those 2 weeks are up, they send it back to you. They eject their game from the console digitally, and they send it back over to your console. Now, if all of that or any of that seemed confusing, you are not alone. For me, it personally took about an hour after the whole situation was revealed to even understand what it meant, and I still have many questions for what it means. For instance, first of all, do you have to be on the same family online plan to send these games over to your friend? And then, follow-up question, once the 14 days are up or the 2 weeks are up and it automatically comes back to the primary system, then can you send that same game right back to that same person and let them play for another 14 days? Or is it an only one and done situation where they can only play it once and they run out of time and they can never play it again? Now, I think it's basically you're renting a game but for free off of someone else's console, so you don't actually own it, but you own the rights you rent the rights for about 14 days to play the game for free. Now, that is pretty cool. Would it be cooler if it wasn't attached to Nintendo Online and a family plan? But that's where I'm still hazy on the subject. I don't really understand what it's asking or what it's saying we can do. I still have a lot of questions about it, and I think they've already implemented it. I can check right after this video if they've already implemented the entire process of it into the Switch, but for now, I mean, it's kind of a workaround for their primary Switch system that they showed up, or that they created. I really don't understand it. But what can you do? I just don't get the point. I mean, I guess it is cool to play games for free in any way, and this is a legal way of playing other people's games for free that Nintendo has implemented. It's a very non-Nintendo thing to do, and it's still confusing to me, but once it rolls out, I'll try to figure out more of what it means. And yeah, so thank you everybody so much for watching. I think I gave the right little analysis of what this thing can do, but we'll just have to wait and see when it finally comes out. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and see you in the next Backlogs video. Bye bye.